How we all doing, guys? We all doing good today? How's everyone's day been? Um, how's everyone's evening? Um, so yeah, just talk on Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, there's some comments that have come out today in regards to him staying at the club, and again, um, you can see why. You can see why, but obviously the comments that he's made in terms of the discussion he had with the club, you can kind of see why there was an agreement in place with a new contract. So I'm just going to read some of the quotes from Bruno Fernandes. So Bruno said, Bruno says I sat with the club because I had an offer to leave. Again, I wonder what team it was that came in for him. There was reports that there was a Saudi club that was interested. In Europe, I don't know who would have come for him in Europe, if I'm honest, with the kind of money that United probably would have wanted from him. But he said he had an offer to leave. He goes, we talked about the possibility of me leaving or staying. They said what they wanted from me. I just asked if they still see me as part of the future or the club or not. And then he finishes it off by saying, the club was very clear with me. They thought I would be a big part of this rebuild. I thought we could be successful. So that's Bruno's quotes in regards to why he stayed at Manchester United. And again, the new contract that was agreed, which, again, we know had a big influence from Dan Ashworth. For me, this could be something that could come back and bite United, if I'm honest. I know people will be getting excited that, Bruno got 3 goals yesterday, obviously in Europa, 2 from the penalty spot. But for me, him being on a new contract after having a pretty poor season, on 300 grand a week, for me wasn't deserved, if I'm honest. And again, Bruno's someone, he does divide opinion in the fan base. For me, he's someone that is very much overhyped. I think he is someone, the way that he plays, very ill-disciplined, but he is someone that is going to get GA because, again, big up Vanessa Cornely, big up Pontus Rasmussen. Guys, if you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In, just speaking about Bruno Fernandes in his comments as to why he stayed at Manchester United. So for me, someone like Bruno, and this is what people need to be very aware of, someone like Bruno is always going to get numbers because the ill discipline that he plays with at Manchester United, he's someone that takes every corner, every free kick, obviously the penalties as well. So I had someone yesterday tell me that, Bruno Fernandes is the best chance creator at Manchester United. He's the best chance creator, but United strikers don't score goals. Now, for me, big up, I pooped myself. Can you make me a mod? Well, if you're on there regularly, then yeah, I'll look into that. Obviously, it's the first time I've seen you pop up on there, but yeah, big up yourself for coming on, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Big up Mad Alex as well. I am from the UK. So yeah, what I would say with Bruno Fernandes, and again, people need to be very, very aware of this, which if you're not aware, you're going to be aware now. Bruno Fernandes, this false image of him in terms of being the best chance creator. So in football, in today's football, as Bruno's on every corner, every free kick, yeah. So when Bruno takes a corner, regardless of how the ball is, so it could be a shit ball, if one of the Man United players gets their head to the ball, that counts as a chance created. And a lot of the stats for this player have been like that, so a lot of these stats are misskewed, and they're not actually true stats. So when people are saying Bruno Fernandes is the best creator in Europe, he's not really, because what you have to look at is how many open play big chances does he create. You know, not how many chances is he creating, because the stats are skewed. You know, as I said, because he's the corner taker, regardless of how the ball's been put in, if someone gets their head to the ball, it's going to count as a chance created. You know, so um, for me, he's someone that, again, he's adored by this fan base. Not because I don't generally think they think he's a good player, but Bruno feeds into the passion of a lot of these fans. You know, for me, I don't really care about all that. You know, I just like to see good footballers play. And again, as a footballer, Bruno is he's a decent player. You know, but I think the way that he's overhyped, especially in this country, for me, doesn't make sense. You know, and I think the fact that United gave him the new contract, you know, this is gonna come to bite them, in my opinion, because he is someone that, you know, that should have been moved on last season. You know, but I think the fact that he's got a new contract, obviously Amarim's there as well, and you can tell Amarim does rate him highly. You know, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, because if United do get a new midfielder in the summer, um, obviously you've got Ugarte there. We expect Casemiro to be moved on. You know, where is he going to still try and shoehorn Bruno into the team? Because in this system, Bruno can't play as a 10, because he hasn't got the ability in the wide areas. You know, he's not someone that is gonna take on his man. You know, he's someone that is just gonna deliver a ball into the box, and in that position, yeah, big up, Mad Alex, man. Appreciate that. He's not someone that is he's not someone that's going to take on his man, because he hasn't got that ability. So he's someone that's just going to deliver into the box. But in them 2 10 positions, you need someone that's going to be good in between the lines. Again, Bruno's not good in tight spaces. You know, he's someone that needs willing runners so he can play the ball over the top. So for me, if United do get a new midfielder, Amarim for sure can't shoehorn Bruno into the team. He can't do it. So it'd be very interesting to see. Again, this is all based on if Amarim does stay. But if United want to improve the first 11, that midfield area is a must. And again, I don't think Ugarte is a great player, but the thing is with Ugarte, he offers the legs in that system. And if you do get another midfielder, is that going to be a player to play next to Ugarte? Yeah, big up Mad Alex, man. Big up for the for the subscription. Yeah, big up for coming on, man. So yeah, if I'm Ugarte, yeah, no worries, man. No worries, no worries. As I said, man, guys, give me your comments, man, in the chat. Let me know. Just talking about Bruno Fernandes. There were some comments that he made in regards to how the club approached him, because he had an offer to leave last season, which again the club should have taken that option for me. But the fact that he got given a new contract again, I think this could be a problem for United going forward, because if United, as I said, if United do invest in a new midfielder, is that going to be a midfielder to replace Bruno? And then in that sense, what's Amarim going to do? Because I think Amarim's made it very clear that he wants to play Bruno, but Bruno can't play in the tens in his system. So he's better in the central midfield area, but United need to upgrade in that position. So it'll be very interesting to see what he's going to do. Big up Stalker04. Stalker04 is in Russia. Big up, man. Guys, as I said, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel at Gab Goes In, and check out my content, guys. I done one earlier today, hour-long stream, talking about the news about Giovanni Quenda going to Chelsea. Paul Pogba, reports from Fabrizio Romano saying that Paul Pogba is open to offers. And again, someone like Pogba, for me, man, I would love him back at United. And United hopefully can do everything they can to bring him back. And then we touched on the recent England squad announcement from Thomas Tuchel. Again, a few surprises in there as well. So yeah, check out my content, guys, and let me know what you guys think. And yeah, give me your comments, guys. Let me know. But do you guys think that Bruno Fernandes was worthy of a new contract, or do you think in the long run, United are going to be regretting that move? Because for me, he should have been moved on for sure, man. Definitely should have been moved on. But again, I think people are just gonna just back Bruno no matter what. But I do think that going forwards, he's gonna be a problem because I think ever since he's come to the club, which was under Solskjaer, he's been the one mainstay in the team. Like he plays regardless every week, and again, through recent years, Man United have had some of their worst finishes, and he's been at the hub of it. So, there is problems there, and again, I see a lot of things flying around today, you know, about saying Bruno's world class and very reactionary, because again, I know he got the hat trick yesterday, 2 goals from the penalty spot against 10-man Real Sociedad, but let's see what he does in the coming games because I see United's running in the Premier League, and I'll be honest with you, they're gonna struggle to get a few wins from these games. I think they got Leicester in the next league game, and then after that, I think it's mad. I think they've got Aston Villa, Brentford, Chelsea, City, Wolves at home, which again you expect them to win, but Wolves have some players in their ranks that will cause problem. So United have got a very very tough run in the league, and again they're gonna change their team because everything's gonna be on the Europa, which is gonna be sandwiched in between the league games. So this is when Amorim's gonna earn his money, because as I said, man, yeah, he's gonna be under pressure to win this Europa League. Um, so yeah, uh, big up. Is it our power? Um, People from Russia in the chat. Big up, guys. As I say, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. And yeah, give me your questions, guys. Only a quick little stream anyway. Just talking about Bruno Fernandes. Um, but yeah, man, I think that for sure. 1 minute. What's this? Oh. Yeah. Oh, 1 sec, guys. Yeah, sorry, man. So yeah, I think Manchester United definitely need to upgrade that midfield in the summer. Just like many other positions. But I think the midfield area would be crucial. I think if we're looking at the current team at the moment, I'm happy with Lenny Yoro. He'll get better. Aiden Heaven's been a great find. And I still think United need to get another left-sided defender, but Aiden Heaven again, he's kind of not making that necessity. I think, but I think I was like, I mean, Castella Lacaba is a player that I would love United to sign, but again, I don't know if United are going to be in for him. He's going to cost a lot of money as well. Matthias de Ligt, as we know, for me, he's a future captain for United. Andre Onana is a problem, but I believe Andre Onana will be there next season. And again, he's a problem, but he's not one of the main problems for me. I just think that he's got one more season to back up his ideas, and yeah, we'll see. Big up Finley and Bobby. Yeah, big up for coming on, Finley and Bobby. Guys, give me your comments. Just talking about Bruno Fernandes and his comments. Big up Stolen Sonics as well. And as I said, man, I think defense for me, Yoro, Aiden Heaven now, Matthias de Ligt, happy with that. Midfield, Ugarte for me is a squad player. Kobe Mino, as I said, in this system is a 10 for me. He's not a central midfielder. Um, Toby Collier again is a squad player. Happy with that. Casemiro for me, I would keep, but I think because of his wage, and again, he's not gonna decrease his wage either. So he's definitely gonna move on. Whether he moves on or the club move him on, I can't see him being there. Um, Garnacho again, move him on. Um, so Finley and Bobby says I've never seen Man U play. Trust me, man, you're not missing much. That's what I would say. Um, at this moment in time, yeah, it's probably best you don't see them play, man, because it's not nothing to write home about. Put it that way. But hopefully they're coming back. You know, obviously they got through the Europa League last 16 yesterday into the quarterfinals. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's been one of their better games, but there's going to be tough tests ahead. So yeah, if I'm a Man United fan, strap in and get ready, because I think there's going to be a lot of twists and turns to the end of the season. Again, Garnacho, he needs to be moved on. He's nowhere near good enough. The same with Rasmus Højlund. Joshua Zirkzee, as we know, top player. You can see what he's bringing to the team. Bruno, for me, again, is a difficult one for people. For me, it's not difficult. I think if United want to move forward, as much as the numbers that this guy gets, he needs to be moved on, because I believe this team is never going to be a serious team until they stop playing for the likes of a Bruno Fernandes, because this guy will always get numbers because he's been tasked with just doing whatever he wants. You know, he's tactically ill-disciplined, and every manager that he's had, Solskjaer, Ten Hag, and now Amorim, they give him a free role. So, you know, he's going to be someone that's going to be getting numbers because, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, he's on every set piece. So that's going to add to his numbers, you know. Big up Philly and Bobby. So Philly and Bobby says, I can't believe Liverpool lost. Every other club is happy. Yeah, to be fair, man, it wasn't a surprise that they got beat by PSG. I think from a technical standpoint, PSG were by far the better team, you know. And again, it really showed up the Premiership, because you've got Liverpool, who are far ahead of the in the league table. And to be honest with you, over both legs, PSG absolutely dominated them. And again, this is the French league is called a Farmers League, but you've got England's best team getting dominated by the top of the French league. So that really put things into perspective, you know. And PSG deserved that win, you know. I know it ended up on penalties, but Alisson in the first leg was putting off some mad saves, and in the second leg, PSG dominated. And if PSG had a clinical edge to them going forward, they would have won that game comfortably at Anfield. So yeah, it was a big show up on the Premiership, you know. And as you're going to see now, Aston Villa and Arsenal are the two English teams that are representing in the Champions League. Arsenal are playing Real Madrid, and Aston Villa are playing PSG. And you'd both expect PSG and Real Madrid to go through. So, but yeah, again, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, I think that in terms of Manchester United, yeah, no, big up Finley and Bobby, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, I think in terms of Manchester United, you know, against Leon, you know, I do think that Leon are going to cause problems, but again, this is Manchester United, and Manchester United should be going into this game confident and putting Leon aside. That's what I would say. But again, the way they're playing, you can never be sure. But it's going to be crucial for Ruben Amorim to keep his job, I think, you know. Because I can't imagine if United get knocked out and Amorim stays. I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, I was having a conversation today with someone, and again, they mentioned that Amorim hasn't got his players, But again, no manager is going to be getting their own players. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. Again, you have to earn the right to get your own players, and at this moment in time, Amorim hasn't earned the right to be at United because he came in with the club 4 points off a top four, and I believe now they're what 15, 16 points off of the top four now in 14th place. And they're out of both cups and they're still in Europa. And this is the competition that Amorim has to win. So there's going to be no excuses really. We all know the squad's thin, but again, Amorim knew that he wasn't going to be getting players in the January window, but he still let 3 players go. So that's on him now. But so yeah, yeah, big up Philly and Bobby. So no one is ever talking about Newcastle. Yeah, no, I was going to go on to that. For me, Newcastle, Liverpool tomorrow. Obviously, there's news that Trent Alexander-Arnold's out injured. And for me, I've got a sneaky feeling for Newcastle. I think Liverpool, they might be tired from the Champions League game. Obviously, that game went the whole way to penalties. So Liverpool might be a bit fatigued from that game. I know they've had a couple of days to rest, but I think Newcastle have had a chance to have a fully refreshed team. I know they got some suspensions, so Anthony Gordon can't play. Lewis Hall's out injured. Sven Botman's out injured as well. But I think the midfield's going to be key. That midfield of Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali and Joe Linton, if they can dominate Gravenberch, McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, you'd expect to play as well, then I think that will go a long way to dictating what's going to happen in that game. I think the key battle is going to be Alexander Isak up against Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate. And then up the other end, you got Mo Salah. Who's going to play left back for Newcastle? That would be interesting. Are they going to put Dan Burn there, or are they going to keep Dan Burn as a centre back? Or they're going to play Livramento probably left back? And to be fair, if it's Livramento up against Mo Salah, Livramento's quite tenacious, so he might actually do a good job on him. All he needs to do is take tips from what Nuno Mendes done. Be aggressive against Salah. Be whenever Salah gets the ball, just shut him down, and that will go a long way to nullifying one of Liverpool's attacking threats. But I'm gonna go for a Newcastle. I think Newcastle might win this in extra time. I think it might go all the way to extra time. I think in normal time I can see 1-1, and then Newcastle nicking it in extra time, because I think the longer the game goes on, I think Liverpool will for sure fatigue before Newcastle. So and what a win that will be for Newcastle, man. As well. So, but yeah, man, it'd be an interesting game. I think the season that Alexander Isak has had as well, I think he deserves to be winning some silverware this season as well. And I believe, obviously, the Carabao Cup winners will get Newcastle into the Europa League. Obviously, they're trying to aim for the Champions League, but winning that will be good for the club. So, Philly and Bobby says we need a youngster. We need a youngster at strike. We need a youngster at striker for Arsenal. Philly and Bobby, so explain your message again. So, are you saying that you need a younger striker for Arsenal? Is that what you're saying? Let me know, man. I'm trying to understand that last message. Oh, so you think you need a younger striker against Arsenal? You're saying. So what? You wouldn't play Isak? I think again, as I'm in this conversation today with someone, if you look at the strikers in world football, they're not really there. You know, there ain't no strikers really. I mean, you look at the best ones, the Harry Kanes, the Lewandowskis. Again, they're the wrong side of 30. John Duran's in Saudi. You know, who else is there? Who else we got there? Again, it's not really a massive pool of strikers. Victor Osimhen again is another one. Samuel Omarodian at Porto is still relatively inexperienced, you'd say. Yeah, the strikers pool ain't great, man. It's not great, not one bit. So I don't know what younger striker. I know you got that. Is that Will Osula there? Callum Wilson, obviously these Will Osula's probably the Will Osula's the backup to Callum Wilson, and Callum Wilson's the backup to Isak. So yeah, Trossard should retire. I think Trossard's only what he's only what 30, 31, I believe. I think the thing with Trossard, when he was at Brighton, he was good. And when he's come to Arsenal, I know he has got a couple of goals for Arsenal, but his performance for me has dipped since he's gone to Arsenal. Not sure why that is, because I mean, obviously you would have expected him to kick on, but I think he's got worse since he's been at Arsenal. You know, he's someone that is playing different positions for them as well. You know, he's someone that plays from the left, but he has been playing as a striker and sometimes on the right as well. You know, but yeah, I don't think he should be retiring, man. I still think he's got something to offer, but again, he's not someone that's going to take Arsenal to the promised land. Let's be honest. So Arsenal could do with an upgrade on a few of their players, to be fair. So yeah, but yeah, guys, only meant to be a quick one. Obviously, just Bruno Fernandes. As I said, just reading out some of his comments. I'll go through them again for you, Finley and Bobby, just so you know. So Bruno Fernandes has said that he sat with the club in the summer because he had an important offer to leave the club. Again, it's going to be interesting to see what club that was, because I believe it was someone probably from Saudi. I believe, you know, I don't know if it was anyone in Europe, but he said, we talked about the possibility of me leaving or staying. And then he said, they said what they wanted from me. I just asked if they still see me as part of the future of the club or not. And then he said the club was very clear with him and they thought I would be a big part of this rebuild. I thought he could be successful. For me, I think that's a massive red flag, you know, because that was a chance for them to move him on. And the fact they gave him a new contract, you know, I think in the long term, it could become a bit of a problem. I think at the moment now, you know, people won't see it. But for me, yeah, I don't think it was a good idea. But we'll have to wait and see to the summer, see what happens. You know what I mean? But for sure, there's going to be some moves and we'll just go from there. But yeah, guys, safe for coming on. Big up Finley and Bobby as well for your questions. Guys, yeah, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. And I'm going to be back tomorrow. Obviously, hopefully some news, some more news in regards to United. Again, everything's always happening with United, so it's always going to be something different. Obviously, the Quenda news today about him going to Chelsea was a kick in the teeth for United. But again, hopefully United can just target some other players. Tyler Dibbling, I think, is a good player. I would like to see him as someone to play on that right with Ahmad. But we have to wait and see, yeah. But yeah, guys, safe for coming on. Smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel. And I want to catch you guys in a bit. Take it easy.